Hey, once again, I appreciate you checking in our channel. Today, we're going to say goodbye to my Rocky Mountain horse, Stevie, that I've had since she was coming 3, and she's coming 9 now. Just through life and different things, we're just not able to ride as much as we used to. So here's our little journey through Stevie. That picture there was the day we got her. This is the first time she was ever at the house. This was the first trail ride she ever went on, and look at her, I'm standing up on top of her like I'm silly. This was at our friend's house, and that was up there. We were going up there messing with some horses. This was early on. I think this was maybe the first spring that she was doing it. This was probably a month into her being ridden in our little arena there. She was always just as natural as could be. There she is with her hateful buddies out through there. This is in front of the house up through here that she had been going. And you'll notice as we go along, I tried to put them in order, but my phone got it all messed up. But you'll notice as you go along up through here, the longer I've had her, boom, the better she steps. The stronger she got, and the better I got familiar with her and figuring out how to do it. And now we're coming up on some of the places we've been. We went to Loretta Lynn's ride with our friends Jerry and Leah. It was a really, really cool place to go. Man, that is some rough riding. Better take a good one with you. And then the one that's coming up here is, I had been working a little bit with this, but this was Stevie's actual very first obstacle challenge. We missed one place out of placing. And the reason why we didn't actually place is because she wouldn't side pass but one direction. But we had only started messing with her to get her to side pass for like 3 or 4 days. So me and her was having to learn all of this stuff. But she was just absolutely great. You see all this, the first time she ever jumped up on a big old tire. First time actually she's seen a lot of this stuff. I was just so excited with her and so happy for her, and I thought, man, we got something here. And you'll look there, she just walks right on along. Actually, she gated across that thing. It was crazy. And then in one of these, you'll see that where she had to take a string and take a pole around a barrel and not let it go, that we kind of got tangled up through there, and I think it's coming up here. And the pole ended up under her legs. No, I didn't get let loose. Everybody's like, let go. And I thought, nah, she's all right. If you look at her, never even moved her ears back. That was a cool thing about Stevie, is she always took everything I threw at her. And she never laid her ears back. She is just the sweetest thing ever. And I really hope that whoever finally does end up with her, if Paul and Helena don't end up keeping her, that they'll let me know how she does. This was at an obstacle clinic I went to, and all these quarter horses and all that stuff, and here goes the Rocky Mountain horse up through there pulling the tarp. And yes, she was gating in it there. First time she ever stood up on a pedestal like that, and she just took whatever it was I threw at her. Didn't make any difference. Even these right here, and I got some of them out. I'm getting tickled because you'll see here in a minute. But I told my granddaughters that I had trapped a unicorn and that I had been working with it and I had trained it to ride, and I was going to ride it in the parade. So I put the stuff all in it and everything, and there we went. Again, there's some at the beginning. Like I said, they're out of place. This is on a trail ride to the road to nowhere. Went up through there, and here we are on some of the back roads that was along that trail that we went up through there on that. Here she is in her cross ties in here getting pampered. You know, she was a princess for sure. Had that big old rocky butt. The picture coming up here, I just thought it was so cool that she's standing there drinking out of that thing and tied up. That was at Circle E. This was at the first ever competitive obstacle challenge I ever went to. And actually, if I hadn't messed up and missed an obstacle, she would have actually placed. And here she is coming into the barn, and there she is with her 2 sisters, and they hung out like crazy. That was her sister from another mother, Jewel, and that was my wife's horse, which now she lives in Ohio, and so here they come. And like I said, we've been everywhere with them. Here's some more of that Rocky
Stop.
butt and that big old tail. She had a wicked tail. That thing was huge. And she just sitting there just swinging that thing on it. I just thought it was funny one day when I got through washing her and watching her look at it. It's just like, like some, actually, I'll just be honest, like some woman flipping her hair trying to get your attention there and everything. She just sitting there just flipping that big old fat tail of hers around there like that. And there she is. We're fixing to go trail riding somewhere, and look again, them ears up forward. She was always just so willing and so eager to go wherever it is that I threw at her. And I honestly really did throw a lot of stuff at her. Now, I was patient with her, but still, she would do it. She was just a kind of soul. The granddaughters were over one day, and we were taking a little walk down the neighborhood, and they was like, we want to pet the horses. And I said, all right, jump over there. And normally you would never do that, but I was actually standing right there behind them too, though. But they is just so gentle with the girls. They just love the attention that the girls give them. And here comes up some pictures of it where we went to the American Heart Association's beach ride. We had a blast. We actually stayed for over a week. We stayed at Lee State Park before we got to the beach, and then we went to the beach and had a blast. Yeah, Stevie even got in that old deep sand. And I actually think this one's out, but I think that is at Lee State Park. And then here you go, boom, out of order, but there's a unicorn I trapped and trained to where my granddaughters could see it. Stevie's first time ever jumping up on it, and that tire was not full. It squished around like a marshmallow. And here's one of the times that we showed her the little local show. She actually did pretty good. Here is her showing her at a National Racing Horse Association show, and I forget what color that pink is, but anyway, we come back with some goods anyhow. This was waiting on the national anthem at a little show, a little fun show up from the house not too awful far. This is evidently in the early fall or the spring because she's so dark. This was our medals that we got for riding 20 miles on the beach at at the beach ride. And there we are. We caught her right there in the wintertime. I played with them all the time. And here's that sweet face of hers when we had them up in the barn. Supper time, ain't it, Stevie? Huh? Is that good? At least she chews with her mouth closed. Is that good, Stevie? I'm pretty sure this was at Thanksgiving one year, and my daughter and her husband wanted to go on a ride, so we saddled them up and rode around the neighborhood. They would see me riding Stevie all around the neighborhood. Now, not all the time, so don't get excited, but we did ride a lot. This is a place called Circle E that we went to actually a lot. This right here is at Lee State Park. Again, I apologize, they're all out of order. And this one was in Bryson City at the Road to Nowhere, where we went up here on this one. This was at the Road to Nowhere. This one here, I believe, was at the Road to Nowhere also. And then here's some more of the beach ride. If you ever get an opportunity to go to the beach ride, it is unbelievable. It is so much fun. It is worth the trouble, the money, the effort, and the nerves. Hoping your horse is going to stay in a little old bitty tiny electric fence, taped fence and not mess up. But here it is again. Like I said, and we went to Lee State Park and stayed like 2 or 3 days before we ended up to the beach. And here we are with our friends Jerry and Leah that went with us on the beach. Here she is looking off down through there, just as calm as could be. And this might have been the morning we were going to go on the 10-mile ride. And some more pictures of Loretta Lynn's when we was up there. This is one day in my neighborhood when the neighbor's kids was out there and said, hey, can they pet him? I said, sure. You go over there. Another obstacle challenge clinic right there we went. Just the awesome views that we had when we went to Myrtle Beach. This is, again, in our neighborhood. I'm pretty sure that's my son up there in front of that thing. And there's another trip up in here. This right here was at a place called the Bolo Club, roughest blame place I'd ever been in my life. This is at Stars Mountain up above my house. This is at Timber Ridge. We went there 2 or 3 different times. A lot of nice trails there, you know, like that you can see. They're a really nice place to ride. More of the beach ride. I think this was actually when we took off down through there on the 20-mile beach ride to get a medal. This is at a place called Jack's River that's not far from my house. This is Jack's River, definitely. See there, you got to have a real horse to go down through there. And we ride down there. We rode down there almost every weekend. And just a great place to go. This is at the Land Between the Lakes. We got to go up there and ride. I think this is at the Bolo Club. This is at Circle E in Belvedere, Tennessee. Me and my buddies would go down there 2 times a year and go to those speed racking with those big standard breds. And we would go trail riding and stuff like that and everything. Pretty cool deal to go to. They had some great views and everything. He's on top of the mountain there looking off down into Belvedere. The Nissan plant is off down in through there somewhere. And there they are with them. Just so sweet. I just loved my granddaughters being with the horses and taking an interest in them. And so here we have some more of just her coming in and out of the barn. They were always just so easy. I would describe her and these Rocky Mountain horses as a Labrador Retriever that you can actually ride. They're just so easy and well-mannered and just gentle. Here she is when we were in Kentucky. I think the next one is also when we were still up there in Kentucky and they had a thing where you could turn them out. This is a friend of mine, Kevin, and his son. Kevin come up and bring his drone up and done a flyover of our property and everything. I've been actually working on that video there. And there they are.
I got it ready for you. For when it starts getting cold, we'll put you in there. They're the sweetest things ever. Yes, I know. Oh, Daddy ain't been out here playing with them, has he? Huh? Just absolutely sweetie. There goes Miss Stevie. And Misty, she will not leave until I leave. So, that right, girl. Good girl. Get that rocky butt right there.
Brother. Here's my Rocky. Ain't been over in probably a year and a half. Actually, after doing some thinking about it, it had actually been over 2 years since I had been on Stevie at all. It had been over 2 years since she had a saddle, bridle, anything, and check her out. You don't even have to anymore. She just comes over. You see that?
We'll do it anyway.
I did. First time. Look at that. Wow. You see what I'm doing?
He's gonna cry. He's a crier.
So this is the first time I'd been on her in over 2 years. I want to apologize for the quality of the video. My friend videoed this and sent it to me, and the quality wasn't much count, but I wasn't not going to put them on there. So look at her. She just walks right off. Like I said, that's just a testament to just what kind of horses these Rocky Mountain horses is. Everybody goes on, oh my goodness, they're crazy, they're too high. Yeah, but look, they're safe. And she hadn't forgotten nothing. She was a little bit rusty on just about everything, but she literally knew everything. I mean, look how calm and collected she is, and I promise you, this was the first time I've been on her in all that time. And actually, it turns out that this will be the last time that I've ever got to ride Stevie. The people that was interested in her come down, and I got her out to ride her. And this little last couple of clips right here that you'll see with me on her, so that'd be the last time I ever got to ride my baby Stevie. So, the lady that ended up with him, she got on her and took off up through there. She does the same with her as she does me. Stevie don't care. And then here we are, me and Stevie is the overachievers. We don't even make it a whole ring around a thing. And you can't tell it and everything, but that's probably like a 6 foot, almost straight off drop off to the arena. That thing used to have railing all the way around it. And look, I've never even slowed down and went. She hasn't forgotten a thing. Look how much better that gait is once she leaves back up through there. She's not had any shoes on. She's barefooted. She's got all her feet is all grew out and everything. But trim job and just a regular old keg shoe put back on her. Oh, Stevie will go right back to stepping off like she's supposed to go up through there. All right, I ain't going to lie. When I got up through there on the top of it, I had to stop a minute and take a little slow walk and have a little conversation with Stevie in case these people ended up taking her. And they did. So, well, not only do I don't think you ought to leave old cars laying around and not work on them, but I also don't think you ought to leave good horses laying out. So Miss Stevie is going back to Kentucky this morning. So she's going to go to her new home, and she'll provide years of pleasure. Well, come on, Stevie. It's the last time me and Stevie's going to walk through this barn. I hate it when people just set stuff out and just let it go to bad. Not that she's going to bad. She has the best of everything. But I also don't think that it's fair for people not to pass on things. And I've understood through these horses so much stuff. One thing is that everything is not forever, that some things are seasonal. And I guess our stint with the horses and the Rocky Mountain horses were seasonal. And by doing this, she will be going to a good home. And then not only that, then me and my wife, and I guess that was Misty saying bye. And through that, we will be able to do other things. My wife wants to go ride the motorcycle, and our son lives in Florida, and they'd like to be able to move down to Florida. Or not move to Florida, but to go visit our son down there. And and this will allow us to do that. And somebody's going to get one heck of a Rocky Mountain horse, because this girl has really turned out really well. And once again, I've learned a lot from these things. And I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to have them. Well, here we go. This will be the last time I ever put Stevie on a trailer. I think she done good. I also think that she knew something was up too, because she never hesitated to get on a trailer. These people will take good care of her. Good girl. There you go. Come on. Come on. There you go. It's light. And now we say goodbye, Stevie. Good luck to you, old girl.